The injection pump on my car that failed a little while ago, we did a video on replacing that. What if it was low fuel pressure that caused that barrel to get scored or whatever happened internally there? So a while back, even longer ago, I did a video on the overflow valve, which regulates the fuel pressure inside the injection pump and all that stuff, testing pressures, a 2 micron fuel filter upgrade, seeing that that didn't drop my pressure, but I never did a test of the fuel pressure under load. So I've got kind of a harebrained idea here on how I'm going to do that. Bear with me, and I guess stay and watch if you want to do something dumb like I'm about to do. So I got my fuel pressure gauge, and I still have my tapped and drilled banjo bolt. A link to those is down in the description if you need one of those, as well as all this stuff. But I've got my fitting here, so I can just connect my fuel pressure gauge right to this fitting that I have this cap on and see what our fuel pressure is. So now what I'm going to do is take this fuel pressure gauge, route it up through here, stick it under a windshield wiper, make sure that this isn't going to bind up and stick me at full throttle or something. The hose going to be too pinched there. Figured I'd leave this on the safety catch. All right, we're going to have to come up with another plan for this. That might actually work. Good, that'll prevent it from going back. Could still wobble from side to side, but that should stay there. All right, now we're going to go for a drive. Fluctuates heavily, but it's not like it's dropping down. I think we're fine. After a brief look online, I've determined that the fuel pressure is supposed to be around 8 to 11 psi. And while it appears I'm a little bit above that, I don't think it's an excessive amount. I think I'm in the 15 to 20 psi ballpark, which is a little above stock, which shouldn't hurt anything. The important part we want to be sure of is that we are getting adequate return flow though. That overflow valve that we talked about in a previous video is meant to open up and allow some fuel to bypass and go back to the fuel tank once the set pressure is reached. That fuel flow, if I can talk right, is what keeps the injection pump cool. So if that overflow valve is staying shut, like the system is deadheaded, it would end up heating up inside of the injection pump, and you're not going to get the same cooling effects, and it could cause galling of parts and things of that nature, or that's my assumption anyways. So I'm going to test the fuel return flow and show you how we're going to do it. Let's take a look. Still got my fuel pressure gauge attached here. It doesn't matter whether we have that attached or not. I just want to see what's going on. So our fuel return is on the very top of our injection pump. It goes through this thing, which is commonly called the cigar hose, because it kind of gets wider and then shorter again like a cigar. What I'm going to do, it's got a Phillips clamp on here from the factory. Pull that Phillips clamp off. See if I can pull this cigar line off without ripping it. There we go. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's progress. Probably going to get diesel spraying everywhere. Yep, yep, yep. Sure enough. Let's plug that with something. All right. Now I'm going to get a fuel hose, shove it over that, and then put the end of this hose into this glass jar. Nestle our glass jar down in here somewhere. And we're going to start the car and see if fuel sprays out of that. So let's try it. See if we're getting return flow. Oh yeah. Better shut it off. We're definitely getting return flow, so that's a good thing. Now let's put our cigar line back on. My lift pump and overflow valve are perfectly healthy. We're getting the pressure we need for the performance I want, and the return flow that we need for that injection pump to live a long, healthy life because it's going to stay cool as can be. Now, this is a good time to bring up, this is exactly why you can't replace that mechanical lift pump with a little clicky-clack pump or something like that. It's not going to put out the pressure and the flow that you need in order to satisfy the pressure and return flow requirements, which could give you degraded performance or, worst case, burn up your injection pump prematurely. So if you're going to install an electric pump, it needs to be rated high enough that it's going to flow an adequate amount of fuel at the right pressure to not overpressurize things, but also not starve it for fuel. So hopefully this has been interesting to see me troubleshoot some stuff on my car. Thanks for watching.